Hey guys, Starcraft back with another challenge episode for you. This is going to be a highly requested challenge walkthrough for the challenge Psionic Assault, and this is going to be how you achieve the gold status of this mission, which is to get 225 kills. You're basically managing 9 sentries and 6 High Templars against different waves of Zerg units that come from different directions. Zerg units, Protoss units, Terran units, anything. You're going to be using force fields, hallucinations, guardian shields, feedback, psionic storm, and you might even need some archons. This challenge is normally done on normal speed, but that would take forever for you guys, so I've actually started it on faster speed in the replay. I'm going to keep it on the side cam so you can pretty much see what I'm doing here. So, we are underway. I've got my sentries on one control group, my High Templar on the other control group, and the first wave is going to be a bunch of Zerglings. Now, almost every single one of these waves you can just beat by force fielding and then either psystorming or attacking. So you'll see wave 1 on these Zerglings. I do force field and just take them out very easily with the sentries. And actually, this player cam might get a little bit jerky, so I'm just going to manage it myself. Now, with these Marines, you can do two things. You can try to force field at the bottom of this ramp, and then attack them from the top, and so they can't see you and shoot up. But it gets very tricky because it's tough to get in attack range without them seeing you. You'll see I do get a little bit close and take a few shots, so it would be just fine if you decided to psystorm in this situation, because you'd get your energy back. Now, Hydras are the most difficult energy in these challenges, in my opinion, just because of their range and damage. So this is where I did choose to psystorm twice after force fielding, and then finishing them off with the sentries. Next wave is going to be Marines and Marauders. This is another wave that I'm going to psystorm, just because the Marauder can get in range pretty easily, and it'd be tough to shoot from the top of the ramp without them seeing me. So there's another psystorm. One psystorm should be enough. Marauders don't do too much damage to sentries, so I'm going to go down and finish him off. His AI is very clumsy. All the AI on this map is so darn clumsy, so the force fields do a great job. And these were some accidental hallucinations. I didn't actually mean to make those. I actually found in this walkthrough you don't have to make any hallucinations at all, and you can beat it just fine with proper micro. So 3 force fields going down and a lot of Zerg units, so I'm going to replenish those force fields just to make sure the Banelings don't breach the wall, just because they do so much damage to High Templar and to sentries. Next wave is just going to be some more M&M. You're just going to want to force field and psystorm once again, because Marauders do have 6 range, and I don't want to risk getting in range with so many ranged units to shoot away at me. So 1 psystorm, 2 psystorms going down. And another little tip, if you can manage it, is to try to spread the energy use of your High Templars and sentries. You'll see I'm doing an okay job of that, but these guys are at full energy. This guy is. I'm probably going to want to use force fields with them first. I don't really do that in this video, however. Another very simple tactic. With enemies coming down from this direction, just clump up all your sentries right here. 2 force fields do the trick, and they cannot shoot up here. As long as there is nothing up this ramp, they will not be able to see you, and they will not be able to shoot up. Next wave is very simple as well. Just sentries and zealots, a couple force fields, and just attack away. You don't even need to use your psystorms. I try to save as much psystorm as I can, just because there are so many sentries. Force field is much cheaper than psystorm, and there are only 6 High Templars, so I'm not even going to replenish my force field just because it takes them so long to walk up. Now, this is the tricky part. You need to keep an eye on what waves are coming while you're defeating one wave. So while I was defeating this, they actually sent some Reapers up here, and they started walking, and I almost got caught up off guard. You'll see my sentries are barely going to make it, barely going to be able to psystorm or force field that stuff. So now I'm going to psystorm these Reapers and take them out with 1 storm. Meanwhile, in the bottom right, more Reapers. Most tricky part, kill these Reapers as fast as you can. You might even split up your sentries, have some up here, have some down here, just in case, because Reapers hop up and will snipe your sentries in about 5 shots. So I switch directions, I go down and just plant tons of force fields so they can't hop up. If one of them hops up, that is very bad, because he will give sight to the rest of these Reapers down here, and they will just shoot away at your sentries. So be very careful not to let any of them hop up, block this entire wall, and then just throw it on a psystorm if you need to. And notice, no hallucinations, no force fields, and no archons right now. This is all just force field, psystorm, and sentry auto attack. Another simple group, just a couple force fields will do the trick. And if you notice the energy on my sentries, I've got plenty left. Don't get caught off guard by these banshees coming up from the top though. This is around 150 kills, Feedback on each of those Banshees will do the trick. 200 energy on those Banshees, 140 life. It'll do 200 damage to each of them when you feedback them. Very, very simple. Just keep an eye on the minimap and notice it does tell you when each wave is coming. So already I'm at 150 out of 225. Haven't lost a single unit, no damage whatsoever. 4 Stalkers coming up. This is going to require some more psystorm and force fields. And actually, these Stalkers are pretty weak. You could even throw down a Guardian Shield and just auto-attack them and micro a little bit, like I'm going to do here. I'm not going to waste another psystorm. They just do so little damage to sentries, especially with that barrier up. So not a problem at all. Now another tricky wave. This wave catches me off guard a little bit. One of them actually manages to sneak up and give sight to the rest of them. So what I could do here is, just in case, I could feedback both the ghosts and kill them right away. That way, if I do accidentally get discovered by one of the Reapers, they'll do less damage to me. See that little hole right there? I think one of them's going to jump up right there. Yep, see that? So now one of them jumps up. Looks like they were able to snipe a High Templar, but luckily I had killed most of them before that guy jumped up. So now I am down 1 High Templar and one of my sentries is weak. But considering the blunder there, not too bad. Only losing 1 unit. Time for some mutas. Some Guardian Shields should do very nicely against these mutas. And here, you can choose to psystorm if you want, right under the mutas. Or you can even make an Archon if you're really that worried. This guy's pretty low on energy, this guy's pretty low on energy. They only have 1 psystorm between them, so I could choose to make an Archon and that would aid a lot in the mutas. But Guardian Shield is just so strong. Notice they're hardly taking any damage. Microing this one away, but I sent him back and he actually gets killed by one of the bounces, so a little mistake right there. But I've only lost 1 sentry and 1 High Templar, and I only have about 53 kills to go. So looking pretty good. Another tricky level here. You can't just hang out on this edge because these Vikings will give sight to these ground units. So you need to force field off these ground units and then back up and let the Vikings come to you, kill the Vikings, and so they lose their sight, and then just walk up and kill the units that are all clustered here by the force field. And you'll see me do that here in a second. Backing up, blocking in those ground units. Now auto-attacking the Vikings with the storm. I lost one of my sentries just because I neglected to micro it, and now I'm going to run up against these ground units which don't have sight and just clean them up with some renewed force fields here. Where are you guys going? Now time for some of the easiest waves. Right after that, at 186 kills, you're going to see some Zerglings try to break these rocks. These rocks aren't normal destructible rocks. They only have 1,000 life instead of 2,000 life. So they will get busted down a little bit faster. Against this first wave of Zerglings, you can just auto-attack them. Split some sentries on one side, some sentries on the other side. And even these roaches as well, with a little bit of micro, you can prevent them from attacking you, and you won't even need any psystorm. So you'll see I will take a couple acid shots, 1, 2, 3, 4 shots, a couple more, backing up a little bit, and looks like I do use 1 psystorm, but notice I'm just kind of dancing around with them. That roach getting in a shot, so moving my men a little bit further back, but pretty efficient overall. Now an Ultralisk, you're just going to want to auto-attack this Ultralisk. Hopefully you'll be able to drop it before it takes down these rocks. If you're kind of worried about these rocks being destroyed when the Ultralisk comes, get an Archon. Archons can tank the Ultralisk forever, so easily. 12 more kills needed. Next wave is going to be a Baneling Wave from the northeast. And again, just some force fields. Still have plenty of energy. Look at all the energy on these sentries. I should be using the energy from this one and this one next because those are both full. And finally, the last 2 kills, I'm going to need 2 tanks. I'm 223 out of 225. And look at this. I was anticipating that I wouldn't even need any force fields because the AI is so bad and because they can't see up this hill. And I was correct. I didn't even have to waste anything on those tanks. So now I've got the gold achievement. It's now just going to be for fun just to see what I can pull off here. And I'm going to speed it up just a tidbit for you guys since you've seen all you really need to see. More force field against these ghosts and Marauders. 1, 2 storms and clean them up with the sentries. Now we've got some men in the northwest. Hydras, very strong. Hydras are a pain in the ass on this part. You can't really shoot them with the sentries. You just have to try to storm, but when you storm, they get in range. Storm, another storm, lots of storms. 4 storms or so. And how many sentries did I lose? Like 3 or 4 sentries. So that wave is just killer. You just kind of have to bounce back a little bit and storm. Maybe even use an Archon if you made one earlier. Another simple wave right here. Zealots and Stalkers. Block them off. Shoot down a couple storms. Looks like I might have done 3 storms right there, so I am running out of energy. I'm going to go down pretty quick here. Hellions against some rocks with only about 140 life left. One storm, but I just can't get close enough to storm without those Hellions eating up my High Templar. Another force field going down, and oh man, this is not looking good. Sentries taking a beating. Hellions very strong against both Sentries and High Templars. Now my first Archon going in, and you know what? Earlier when I was taking a beating, that's where Hallucination might have came into play. I did have a lot of energy on my Sentries, so you never know. You guys can tweak this to your liking, as usual. Maybe some Hallucinations, you know, maybe of an Archon or of some Zealots would be well fitted to get a little bit farther on this achievement. But I'm going to mop up these Banelings, and this final wave is going to do me in. I just don't have enough energy for 2 force fields, only one able to go down. Oh, got 2 sentries. They're chasing me. I'm going to run up the hill, and booyah! Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, you guys got nothing on me. Oh, there's more coming. Okay, I'm playing alone, but I guess I decided to add some comedic flair to it. GG comp. But that's it, you guys. That's a pretty simple way to get 225 kills. Notice I did get 277, so I cleared it by quite a bit. Let me know what worked best for you, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. More one-on-ones to come. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, Starcraft here with a highly requested challenge strategy guide thingamajigger. This is going to be for the challenge Psionic, oh fuck, Psionic, fuck, I can't, oh my god.